So you've all been waiting for this. Here's the big day, the big revealing. Gonna unbox this Bobcat skid steer hydraulic loader, and yeah, it's already obviously been unboxed. As you can tell, I've got it out in the case, which is a pretty fancy case. I'll kind of explain it and go through everything piece by piece. All the items that I've bought or added onto this that didn't come originally with it, I'll put a link in the description below, so you can like go to Amazon, all the bits and pieces where I got my parts from. And yeah, so starting off with, this is the box that originally came in. As a grown-up kid, we like to open things and just get excited and get stuck into it. I couldn't help myself, and I just pulled it out of the box the first day I got it. So this is the unboxing. It's already unboxed. Also, I wanted to make some changes to this skid steer so it functioned a little bit different than standard, and I'll explain that as well. So this is the box, comes in here, slid in here with some bubble wrap stuff, and it's quite nice. Shipping came really quick actually. I was really surprised coming from China. I thought it would get stuck or held up somewhere, but it came super fast. So this is pretty cool. I'm guessing it's the LXY is maybe the brand that makes this or manufactures this. The website I went to is called, it's rcbrmin.com. Basically this is the ad for it here, where I bought it from. So you get, it's got the price and everything, and basically just go through the website, find it, but here we go. So in the box I have the remote and a couple of other things that I've put in there that doesn't obviously come in at standard. So here we go. This box is set up for this piece of equipment. So basically starting off, the remote. This was I think off Amazon, Fly Sky FSI 6S. This was kind of recommended by other people when I seen it, and I also use this one with the Excavator I have. So yeah, pretty handy control. None of it's set up, so basically you have to buy the remote and the receiver separate. So we've got that there. This is the box it comes in. So a little bit of the packaging and the remote there. Moving on to the skid steer. So this is pretty sweet, man. This is a sick little piece of gear. This is basically, I guess, molded off of a Bobcat piece of equipment. I've put Caterpillar stickers on it because I couldn't help myself. I'm a big cat fan. So here we go, bringing it out. It's quite heavy. It's like a stainless steel, I think, and it looks like it's spot welded. The detail on this machine is absolutely insane. I can't believe it. The excavator and the dump truck I have is pretty detailed, which is really sick, but the skid steer really blew me away. Has a couple of extra functions that I thought were pretty cool. Alright, we'll finish off what's in the box and we'll explain what's on that. So here we go. We've got the Grapple, which this was probably the highlight. I thought was pretty sick. You can also get a 4-in-1 opening bucket as well. In this kit that I got off of the website, it came with a whole kit with the implements that I'm going to show you. So here we are. Grapple has a hydraulic quick hitch, which you've got these little quick couplers up the front here like a real machine. This function works exactly like a real machine. Opens up, opens and closes. So you've got that there. That's quite neat. We have a normal like GP bucket, just a standard bucket. Like, look at the craftsmanship in this. Just little foot pads to get up in. Just the same thing on this, like the material that they've cut it out and like slid that material in. Just attention to detail on this machine for sure, on these attachments. So those. Moving on over here. So inside the cabin, originally there's a guy that's inside the cabin, and he came actually not in there, but he comes with the box. Pretty cool. So you clip him in there, put his hand, the joysticks actually pop out so you can put him on his hands and then put him back in. So that was quite cool, make it a bit easier to get in. Going in here we have the pallet forks. This is pretty sweet. Played around with them a little bit. So we've got pallet forks, pretty easy, slides in. There we go. how I do this. Don't want to waste too much time on it, but yesterday it went in pretty easy. Maybe it's from the top down. There you go. So it goes from the top down, clips in. So it's got to get used to that, but these are pretty sick. It slides across, back and forth to get the width you want. It's pretty neat. So there's the implements. Alright, so that all comes in the box. You've got a spare set of tracks, which are pretty cool, different tread pattern. I thought that was pretty neat. You get, I think, a little set of keys in here for the box, I think, so you can lock it up. So you got that in there. Alright, moving on back to the skid steer. So basically the cabin flips back. So you put the battery in here. You've got your battery cable. I think it's called a Dean plug, is what I've heard. So Dean fitting, Dean plug in there. Inside there you've got basically your hydraulic motors. So these are your servos. Basically they move back and forward, and that's what flows the pumps or directs the fluid into the rams. So basically it functions these hydraulic rams. I'm all new to this. I had to learn how to put this thing together. There was actually no instructions when buying this piece of equipment. So yeah, it was kind of like winging it, getting it all set up, getting it connected. I have a little bit of experience with my Excavator, because I had to change some motors and stuff like that on there. I was lucky enough I had my buddy Jarryd, GLD, who's really good with drones and stuff, so he come and helped me actually set it up a little more because of just his knowledge with electronics, and my knowledge doesn't go very far. So when you get this Bobcat, basically it comes with a really weird control pattern. So best explain it would be both joysticks forward to go forward, back to go back, and then turn would be up and down, like changing the direction of them opposite directions. That would be the function of the tracks. And then basically on your right joystick would be bucket, left and right would be bucket, and left and right would be up and down with the boom to raise it. Now, to me it's really confusing. I own a Caterpillar, like an actual real skid steer, a Cat 289D, so it was really confusing to have that function. I'd watched some videos, and basically going through YouTube and seeing some guys, it was RC Sparks, had some really cool stuff actually, and it was a different model that he had. The model he had you can actually get from the same website, but yeah, he's just a little bit different. It doesn't actually have a lot of room like this machine, so he had to run a bit smaller battery and things like that. What I was able to do is look at his video, and I came up and ordered the same stuff. You can click through his links on his website, and basically there's this thing called a saber tooth. I'm pretty sure, yeah, saber tooth, and it's this green thing in here. Basically it brings all the track functions into one controller, this saber tooth. You bring a power connection into this. You just have to do some research, guys. I figured it out myself with a bit of help with GLD, but it's not super hard. You basically just have to go ahead and cut out the old controller unit that they have standard, and basically take where the power comes in, power and earth come in. You basically cut it off this long strip here that's actually standard with it, that's actually up the front here, and basically cut all of this function out. This is the old track controllers and stuff, and you put the saber tooth in, and then put it all back in there, close her up, and yeah, it actually works like a Caterpillar now, so a real machine. So basically the joystick now with the saber tooth is bucket, like the boom, up and down on this joystick, and left and right is the bucket function. On the left joystick is forward, reverse, turn left and right. So it's actually a really easier function to use, and you can operate it a bit smoother than the other one. Also, what's really cool is because this has a hydraulic extra function, you can run the Grapple Bucket. So when you plug these into the quick couplers, you basically have this function up here on the scroll pad, which actually opens up the clamps. So that's up here on the roller. You've got basically you go through and you can when you're setting up and linking these to the servo and all of that, basically you can set up the functions and the switches to how you want them. So you can literally manipulate everything. Well, actually, if you want the bucket to tilt left or right, whatever you want, you can actually manipulate this how you want. So it's actually pretty cool. Basically, when you get this machine, so it doesn't come with the battery, it doesn't come with the controller, and it doesn't come with hydraulic fluid. I researched some stuff. It said number 64 hydraulic fluid. I had some stuff left over from my excavator, so I used that in there. Just do some research on what fluid you need. I think it was about 25 mil I used with a syringe and a needle. Put the syringe and needle into here. Put the 25 mils of oil, number hash 65 weight oil or something like that. Yeah, like I said, do research, put that in there, filter up, put that back on. Basically, yeah, I had no idea what I was really working with when I got this machine, and taught myself kind of looking at things on YouTube. So that's honestly been the best for me, is just going on YouTube. You've got that. So the battery, went through some different batteries. RC Sparks was using a 450 milliamps or whatever it is, which was quite small and it didn't last very long. So I went ahead and actually got a 1350, and I actually have a 2000 as well. You just got to be careful running the machine. I think it gets pretty hot over a long period of time, so they are probably designed to run shorter periods of time. Yeah, so this is the battery I got after just trial and error, figuring out what batteries I needed. But this is, I think, a 2-cell. Yeah, so it's super handy. Gives it a bit more power, a bit more punch. And actually, because we have this big battery, it actually had a fair bit of punch. So Garrett actually put it up a 2-speed for hydraulic function, so you can use from nothing. It's dead calm. Put one in, it gets basically goes up one rate of revs, and then full revs it goes up to another pitch in revs. So yeah, basically you've got that. I went ahead and got myself some nice tools. So this is like a nice little Allen wrench for certain things, like undoing the screws and that. Probably good advice to go and get yourself a nice set of tools. These ones are pretty sweet. The guy Chris sold them to me, and they were pretty sweet. You can put like nuts and bolts in the bottom of it. So yeah, basically that's kind of the lowdown. Yeah, pretty sweet little piece of gear. Gonna have fun with it this afternoon. I'm gonna play with it in the dirt for the first time. Yeah, check out everything below in the links. We'll try and link everything in there for where you can buy it. Definitely wasn't cheap. Yeah, if you're going to get it for your kids, I'd definitely supervise, because they could wreck it. Yeah, this is a beast. It's a Bobcat track loader, and it is pretty damn sweet. Check it out.